Hi there, Michael here for the third Elite Dangerous fiction diary. In today's diary I'm going to give you a bit of an introduction as to what the setup of the galaxy will be when you start playing the game. I'll also be answering a few more questions from the DDF forum like I have done in previous videos. So obviously the game is set in 3300, so let's roll into something that I wrote earlier, Blue Peter style. It is the year 3300 and humanity is entering a new golden age of expansion. The invention of the new quick jump hyperdrive has enabled faster travel in space. No longer does it take weeks to travel a few light years, now the same journey can be completed in minutes. This is bringing rapid expansion to the frontier worlds as the core systems of all the factions drive outwards. New expansion is also spreading beyond the old frontier. Pilots from the Pilots Federation lead the way. Their new charter and ranking structure rewarding more than just combat skills. The expansion is also generating an economic boom with a new generation of investments seeking and finding new markets and riches. Much of human space is at peace. The Cold War between the two great factions of the Federation and the Empire has thawed somewhat, but the potential for a crisis is still there. The constant proxy and low-intensity conflicts of the previous decades have now reduced in number and relations have stabilised. It's not a total peace. Here and there, some conflicts still smoulder. A new player has made their presence felt. In a short period of time, the Alliance has expanded from a handful of worlds to a much larger coalition of systems, united politically for stability. This has forced the older powers into realising that they no longer dominate. The independent systems still constitute the bulk of human inhabited worlds. They bring a rich tapestry of cultures and beliefs to the dark of space. From these worlds, individuals and governments seek opportunities deep in the unexplored regions. Riches and fames are available for the brave, but the dark side of humanity lurks. Pirate gangs are also taking advantage of the new technology with new tactics and their growing band of cutthroats and thieves. They are ever eager to prey on those leaving the safety of the core systems to find a new life on the frontier. And far from forgotten, in the far reaches of the galaxy, humanity's old enemy, the Thargoids, remains. The fragile peace between the two races didn't last long, and far beyond the safety of the Navy patrols, explorers still disappear without trace. It is a time of fortune and change, a time of risk and reward, a time for the elite. So that's basically the fiction setup for the start of the game. Obviously, as you start playing the game, you'll get to know more about what's going on in detail. So now I'm going to answer 3 questions put by the DDF. So the first one is from Commandante. Approximately how much of the Elite universe will be known and mapped when starting the game, and how much is unknown? Well, the easy answer is that humanity occupies less than 1% of known space. So I think about a 250 light year bubble will be inhabited. We'll also have a sort of border region now that probably 50 to 100 light years, which is sort of a little bit explored, but not to any great detail. And then the rest of the galaxy is available. There will be some areas that we'll keep blocked off now, and that'll be part of the expansions for encountering new things like the Thargoids and so forth. The second question is from Snow Ghost. Will Galcop make a return after being effectively wiped out somewhere between Elite and Frontier? So the answer to that is I'm afraid Galcop is condemned to history. Obviously in the time of the original Elite they were a dominant force, but over the successive games that they're no longer relevant in the current time. And the last question is from Nicholas Van Reen. Are you going to enforce more or less strict law consistency between narrative products, the role-playing game and the game universe? Yes, very much so. We're working with the authors to make sure that they're using the same guidelines and the same fiction that we are with the game. Obviously there's some things that you can do in fiction that you can't do in the game. So a good example of that is landing on planets. So that's not possible in the initial version of the game, although it's certainly planned for a future release. But in the fiction there's no such restriction. But yes, the worlds will be consistent. So that's it for today's fiction diary. I hope you found that interesting, and I'll look forward to speaking again in a few weeks. Thank you. Bye-bye. Boom. You're gonna edit that in there, aren't you?
No.